Craig, Mike Dean.
Yeah, this is a huge problem. It's not VAR for the VAR naysayers. It's the people that are making the judgment calls. And for the second week in a row, Mike Dean is probably going to have a decision overturned again and some more custard pie launched in his face, and he deserves it. And he's not the only one, but the problem here is the referees and the majority of them do not understand the nuances of the game. They understand the laws of the game, but they don't understand the nuances of the game. And I've seen some comments about getting ex-players in there to help, but the problem is that won't work either, because we've already seen a huge bulk of ex-players in the media who are nothing more than club ambassadors. And so that's not going to work from an objective point of view. The officials are just going to have to be better at what they do. We can't stick ex-players, 99% of them, we can't stick in a booth to aid and abet a referee, because the bulk of the people in the job that we are doing are not objective. They're not, right? They'll tell you they are, but they're not. And that's the downside of trying to get some ex-players in. Other than that, the officials, Daniel, are just going to have to get better. But I wouldn't hold my breath, because some of these decisions, and the Soucek one, who was clearly just trying to get his arm out the way, because you don't elbow somebody vertically, you elbow somebody coming across the way, not coming up the way. It just doesn't make sense.
Frank, you were saying that you thought it was a red card.
No, of course not. Of course not. Now, the thing is, you know, when you're a referee, I think the psychology is part of your job. And Mike Dean showed in 2 games that is not part of his baggage. Luggage, maybe you would say. Last week, Southampton were losing 6 or 7-0, and he gave a penalty for Manchester United where Martial fell before being touched by Bednarek, and then he gave the penalty and the red card to Bednarek, who really didn't deserve it. And now he does that. It's the 93rd minute, 94th minute of the game, and there is nothing much to play anymore. And you see that. Well, obviously you never played football, because you would understand that the guys just tried to get out of the situation, and the marking of Mitrovic, that it's just accidental. He doesn't get it. He will never get it. He's, I'm sorry, a bad referee, and he will never improve. So good luck for the teams who are going to be ref by him, because obviously for the 2 last games he knows nothing.
I tell you, the trouble is, it's all about Mike Dean, and that's the way he's refereed through his career. But let me just mention a rhetoric here, Dan, that absolutely drives me nuts. Clear and obvious, right? People keep shoveling out this clear and obvious nonsense about decisions, but I'm going to use it here to our advantage. For those that want to go down the clear and obvious route, if that is clear and obvious, Mike Dean does not stand in front of a monitor for what seemed like 20 or 30 slow motion replays and still couldn't figure it out until the very end, when he was continually having a discussion with Lee Mason at Stockley Park, and they were rolling in replay after replay after replay. Only then was he able to make his decision. So in his mind, it was not clear and obvious, because it is clear and obvious to a referee after 1 replay or 2 replays, not the amount he got.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.